timebolt.io. They're adding 10 new customers per day, doing 12,500 per month just in recurring revenue. They've also sold almost 300 grand of total sales and lifetime sales since they launched in 2019. They help all those YouTube creators, businesses on TikTok, etc., quickly edit videos. They save a lot of time, a lot of money. That's why people are willing to pay them $17 per month. Over 1,000 monthly paying customers, profitable today. Team of 2, and they then lean on 5 other contractors. Bootstrapped, which we love. Hey folks, my guest today is Doug Wolf. He is building TimeBolt, the world's fastest video timeline editor. Delete dead air and speed up silence instantly and rapidly cut through boring footage. Is at timebolt.io. Doug, you ready to take us to the top?
Yes.
All right. Fill in more of your history there, because TimeBolt's not your first gig. How many years have you been in startups?
For about 15 years. I've been making videos since 2001. So it's been quite some time that I was learning how to leverage video to sell product and sell software. My first gig was selling squirrel guards that go on substation power lines that I co-invented. So,
wow! Is this your first SaaS company?
No. Yes, this is my first SaaS startup. I've raised capital for more capital intensive businesses that I founded. We were a little too early in 2015 with a live EDM TV network using robotic camera systems didn't require a manned operator. So we had some of the smartest guys on the planet, making robotic cameras move like humans and capturing content without actually being there from an iPad 1,800 miles away.
You were early.
We were a little early, but what was nice with TimeBolt, we're certainly getting into enterprise video and how that's been exploding since 2017. And I think just like with anyone, I was just looking for ways to stand out and be heard more effectively. And I saw this effect on LinkedIn, and I may have been in some level of video for 15 years, but it wasn't until I saw the jump cut being used on a video on LinkedIn, I was like, wow, this guy never stops to breathe. It's like he doesn't have time to think. And it's just like thought after thought after thought. And that's exactly the way my brain wants it on LinkedIn. And so I got to looking at it and doing the same effect. And I was like, there is no way YouTubers that are doing this effect are doing this by hand, because it would takes 5 minutes for every 1 minute of video.
So Doug, they're using a lot of technology like yours to do these videos. Are you B2B or B2C? Are you selling to YouTube creators?
YouTube creators, business creators. We've got gaming content creators are 35% of our.
So what's the average customer pay you then per month?
So we sell a monthly, annual, and lifetime subscription. The monthly is $17 a month. The annual is $97 a month, and the lifetime is $250,000. I just like that term.
How many? Give us a timeline here. When did you launch the business?
December in 2019, we launched the business. I'm a co-founder. I have a technical co-founder. I'm in charge of the marketing and distribution. My partner, Quinston Pimenta, the brains behind the technology, handles all the product development.
Who owns more equity?
It's a fair split. It's a fair split between us both.
Has that backfired, or it's worked so far?
It's worked so far. We're entirely bootstrapped. Right. So we didn't have to bring in an outside investor in order to get the business up and running like I'd done and had my soul sucked out of my life, for years. Because when you also
my language, baby, you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I mean, like for years, but you're at the bottom of the ocean and you're only one there, and it gets considerably more expensive to fail each time you get older.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right. So the teal is what a VC would pay. Yellow is what private equity. And red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise. They sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. 2019 December, you get going. You sell this $250 lifetime plan. How many lifetime plans have you sold to date?
Over 1,300. And
wow, that's a ton.
Yeah.
So 1,300 times two, that's $325,000 of sales from the lifetime plan.
Yes, and we're around that. We're around that total sales.
How do you tell me how you do that? How do you go sell to 1,300 people?
Okay, but where we have 900, we have over 1,000 active paying subscribers as well. So monthly and annual, correct. Okay. So we're at about 12.5 recurring revenue and about 20 a month with the lifetimes. So
12,500 per month, or about $150,000 per year, not including lifetimes.
Correct.
And if you're at 12,500 a day monthly, again, not including lifetimes, where were you exactly 1 year ago? Do you remember?
Almost exactly half. We've been growing at about 11% month over month. When you take all the months consecutive, and it's about 11% month over month growth. And that's
great.
That's and that's net profit. The numbers that we're talking about, because what's nice about this model, we decided.
Wait, I don't understand that. What do you mean that's net profit? How do you pay salaries and marketing?
I'm sorry. That's gross profit. I apologize for that.
Okay.
Because we're a downloadable software, it actually sits right there on your computer. So your computer is what's powering all the algorithms. So we pay maybe $7 a month to Amazon, for a server, just for actually downloading the software. So the expense of running these large gigabit files, long video files, is negligible. It doesn't cost us anything additional.
Okay, and how many folks are full time today?
2. We just have a team of 2, and we of course open that up to contractors, whether that's design contractors, technology creators, over the course of time. So we have about 4 or 5 of those.
What kind of contractor did you pay the most money to in November here of 2022? A designer, a video editor, something else?
Something you won't be able to see until another 2 weeks. But what's sitting behind all this is a brand new brand story, new homepage.
So designer, UI, UX person?
Yes. And then the implementation of it on the web, it's all created now. We're filling in a couple pieces.
Tell me how you found this contractor that you trusted with the whole website rewrite.
That is something I've had good luck going out to Fiverr and Upwork and finding decent designers. And it's certainly a level, like when you start talking about logos and some of the more specific creative graphics or typography, like $45, $100, hell, you might get something that you really like. You don't, you just kind of come up in your head, hey, I'm willing for this type of asset, I'd be willing to spend $300 for it. Go ahead and get on Upwork and ask 3 or 4 people to do those things. If possible. But I have a resource. I had a resource that I went and asked. I said, hey, look, I don't want amateur hour when it comes to design. What I end up finding out is that you, the founder, are the one that's responsible for really coming up with the content, the flow, the ideas behind it. The designer just comes in and adds that depth and professionalism to that brand message. They're not going to come up with some new brand story that's going to hook and create a category. That's not the
So
job.
Doug, what do you pay for all of your fixed headcount expenses, including contractors monthly right now?
It's been all. I'm not sure.
You pay yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's good.
So my founder, my partner and I basically split. We basically split revenue, costs, things like that.
Are you guys profitable today?
Yes.
Even after paying yourself?
I have a positive bank account. I mean, I haven't always had that. So
well, let's just say this. Let's say you're doing $12,500 per month. You each pay yourself $2,000 a month. So there's $4,000 of expenses there. Then there's other expenses. That leaves maybe like whatever, $2,000-3,000 hitting the bottom line of like business profit after you pay yourself. Are you guys profitable using that sort of strategy?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're the investments that we're making. So instead of taking home, $9,000, we each take home $6,000 and pay, put that other money to work in other ways.
How do you think about that? I mean, one of the things that I try and find with clearly creators early on, indie hacker creators like you is like, are they good capital allocators? So typically a lot of these folks, when they're $1 million in ARR, like you'll just pay yourself a big salary, which is great. Nothing against it. Love it. Beautiful lifestyle. We all start like that. The great ones are that builds, 5, 10, 15 million a month in a year in revenue. They know where to take those dollars, put them back into the machine and build the machine. Have you found that flywheel yet? Or are you still working on it?
We're still working on it. I think so much. We're in a really interesting space with video and just using some of the features. For example, we have coming out Check. Okay. There's a lot of funny jokes and a lot of satire comedy that can be done with something called Check. Umcheck.com. And so we just now feel within the last, 2-3 months that we have really tacked on the additional features to really begin to work to create our own category and create some category defining video content. That's where stuff that gets shared naturally, organically, that applies to people, that you don't have to pinpoint such a specific market in order for it to work, I think is a holy grail when it comes to content.
Yep, that makes a ton of sense. Talk to me about growth, though. You never answered how you got 1,000 paying customers.
The first part was there were blogs and forums all over the internet that were creators. It was just YouTubers suffering in silence in 2019. They were just like, is there anything that cuts dead air? There's just huge forums about these conversations. And I knew once
name a big forum you got customers from.
Adobe's, even on Adobe competitors forums. I mean, the competitors have our name linked out to Time Bolt, like Camtasia, Filmora. Like Filmora has been a fantastic referral source.
Do you pay them or they give you free referrals?
No, that's all free. So I made sure that I was found by those that were looking for a solution to the problem, at least would find a link, which then obviously helped with my SEO. I do have a search engine optimization background, just like with any founder would have that, had to bootstrap his own companies and create growth.
So how many organic hits do you get from Google right now per month that are free?
So we're averaging between 150 to 200 unique visits a day.
Okay.
We're basically selling 5 to 10 on the higher side of that, 10 new subscribers a day. The churn on you get a decent high churn on the monthly subscribers. But what's funny is you just start canceling them out every time the payment doesn't go through. What we find is there's just payments that are only meant to go through once. And what's nice is we've got a product that's once they start using it, they don't want to stop. And as soon as that's gone, they're re-signing back up. So we're averaging 4 recurrence. So we're averaging about 4 different recurring.
These are business days. So on Monday through Friday, you get 200 hits from Google organically. You convert 10 of those into a paid customer. So you're adding like something between 100 and 200 new customers per month.
And dropping, and you lose, because what happens is they end up buying. They either do 2 things. One of they drop off because of the payment, and then come back on and sign on. That's why our average return is 4, or they just buy a lifetime, right? And so we're trying to reach that point where we get up enough monthly recurring revenue that we could comfortably, we could at least live on that, and then begin to increase the price of our lifetime.
Yep. Makes tons of sense, man. This is quite a story you've got. You guys can check it out, timebolt.io. Let's wrap up here, Doug, with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite business book.
Favorite. Snow leopard.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Scott Belsky.
Messy middle. That's a good one. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building time bolt besides your own?
Thrivecart.
And number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
7.
Okay. Situation, married, single, kids?
Oh, it's a mess. I can't. Well, a 44-year-old dude lives in an apartment, right? I stay here so I can be with my kids and stay with my kids, but learned a lot of life lessons. But I am single to put fully into my company.
Four kids, you said?
No. I have 3. One of them is a Marine and grown up. And
oh, wow. All right. So not married, 3 kiddos, and you said you're 40?
Yes, 44.
44. Okay. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
If you do startups for too long, you become unhireable in the marketplace.
This is very true, guys. TimeBolt.io, they're adding 10 new customers per day, doing 12,500 per month just in recurring revenue. They've also sold almost 300 grand of total sales and lifetime sales since they launched in 2019. They help all those YouTube creators, businesses on TikTok, etc., quickly edit videos. They save a lot of time, a lot of money. That's why people are willing to pay them $17 per month. Over 1,000 monthly paying customers, profitable today. Team of 2, and they then lean on 5 other contractors. Bootstrapped, which we love. Doug, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.